In every city and state, there have always been people whose names alone made others tremble. They could be local strongmen, powerful enforcers, or feared figures. Think about it for a moment. Every region has had such people who could run their operations even from inside prison. But one by one, they eventually disappeared like they never existed before. And with them, their entire empires collapsed. Now look at the other side. Big businessmen like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos. None of them go around firing guns in public or threatening people. Yet their empires keep growing every single year. Both groups had power, but one group's power died with them, while the other group's power will continue even after they are gone. Now the question is, why? What was the difference? Because their levels of power were different. In this video, you are going to learn 5 levels of power. Most people trying their whole life mastering them one by one, but they never escape level 2. But if you want to control all the level in your very beginning, then you need to master only level 5.
Since childhood, we've been taught that power means money, strength, or position. But that is only half the truth. The full truth is that power has 5 levels, and about 95% of people spend their entire lives stuck at level 1 or level 2. Meanwhile, those who have reached level 4 or level 5 quietly rule the game without any noise and without force. Today, I'll explain something most people never tell you, because those who understand it usually don't want others to know. So starting with level 1, the direct power. The first level is direct power, which means raw strength. This means you can get things done personally, using your own abilities. If you have physical strength, you can lift what others cannot. If you have money in your pocket, you can immediately buy things. If you have skill, you can build, fix, or even solve problems yourself. You don't need permission or approval. This may sound powerful, right? For example, every neighborhood has that one strong guy, the bulky type or richest one, whom people avoid because they know if he hits you, you won't get back up. His power is his physical strength and money. When he enters a room, the atmosphere changes. But this kind of power has a fatal weakness. It only works when you are physically present. If that strong man leaves the neighborhood, his power disappears there. If he gets sick, his power gets weak. If he bankrupt, his power fades away, right? Direct power cannot be transferred. It is born with you and dies with you. That's why it looks strong, but in reality, it is fragile. Now coming to level 2, the positional power. The second level is positional power, the power of a position or title. Here, the power isn't in you. The power is in the chair you sit on. For example, think of a police station officer in charge. While he is in uniform, people fear him and respect him. He can stop cars, arrest people, or start investigations. Even local criminals behave politely around him. But suspend him from the job and suddenly everything changes. The same person, same voice, same body, but now nobody listens. Why? Because the power was in the uniform, not the person. The same thing happens with a college principal. Inside the college, everyone listens to him. But after retirement, most people forget him. Psychology calls this legitimate power, the power granted by an institution. It's stronger than level 1 because you can get work done through other people, but it has a weakness, like it's borrowed power not completely owned by you. The institution can take it back anytime. Now coming to level 3, the relational power. The third level is relational power, the power of relationships. This power doesn't exist in your body or in a position. It exists in people's trust and connections. People listen to you because they know you, trust you, or depend on you. In many places, things get done through one simple question. Do you know someone there? A government file might sit for months, but if you know someone inside the office, one phone call solves the problem right. This is called social capital, which means relationships as currency.
Relationships take years to build, like helping people, keeping promises, and maintaining trust. Over time, these connections form a network that becomes powerful. But relational power also has a limitation. You must remain active in maintaining those relationships. If you disappear, people will slowly forget. So in order to use this power, you must be on the radar.
Level 4. The structural power. The fourth level is structural power, the power of systems. You don't have to do anything. The system works in your favor automatically. Let me explain it. For example, entire industries sometimes create systems that keep benefiting them year after year. Even if the founders are not actively working, the system keeps generating profit. Another example is government contracts. Often the rules require experience, financial guarantees, and certifications that only a few established players have. Because of these entry barriers, newcomers cannot compete easily. So the same companies win contracts repeatedly again and again, not because they are better, but because the system favors them. Structural power takes years or generations to build, but once built, it can run almost on autopilot. Now coming to the last level of power, the ideological power. The fifth and highest level is ideological power, the power of ideas. At this level, you influence how people think. You define what success means, what beauty means, or what a good life looks like. And the most powerful part, people believe those ideas are their own thoughts, even though they were shaped by someone else. This concept is often called cultural influence or ideological dominance. For example, in many societies, people grow up believing that a government job is the ultimate success, right? This belief spreads through families, social expectations, and culture over generations. Similarly, beauty standards, career paths, and life goals are often shaped by media, advertising, and institutions. When ideas become deeply embedded in society, they can guide behavior for generations, even without force or authority. That is called ideological power.
So why this matters? Because levels 1 to 4 can all be affected by level 5. If society believes violence is wrong, physical power loses influence. If people lose faith in a position, positional power weakens. If relationships are seen as corrupt, relational power collapses. If people reject a system, structural power can fall. Ideas shape everything above them. Most people spend their lives at level 1 or level 2, relying on personal ability or job titles, but smarter individuals build level 3 networks, and more strategic individuals create level 4 systems that work without them. But the people who truly shape the world operate at level 5, influencing how others think. The real question is simple. Which level of power are you operating on? Tell me in the comment below.